Well, you know what they say. A woman is only as confident as her shoes. Just because we say we're okay doesn't really mean we are okay. It's going to take me a long while to heal up from this last year. I thought a lot about the comments that I got last week. A subscriber told me when a man is ready, he'll marry the woman that he's with. Family is everything. Whenever I see something like this, I always think of somebody walking down this aisle who has no family. And if they stop and pause, I wonder what they think, how they feel.
Everybody, I am so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi today. I so hope you had a good, safe week. And for those of you who joined me last Friday night with my very first live YouTube video, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. It was so emotional to be, with you all in real time. I mean, I know I didn't do a lot of things right, and I will get better. But what a blast. And so many of you have said, let's do this again on a Friday night. Let's get our pajamas on and have a big pajama party, pick a topic, and we will just talk and talk. And I am all in for that. So I'm going to look forward, to doing that, maybe, end of May or in June. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. You bring so much joy into my life. Yeah. All right. Well, today I am going to do March favorites. All my favorite things that I fell in love with. I've got some things for my house that I found. I have some skincare, some makeup. I have a beautiful painting that I saw at the Salvation Army, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that painting. And then at the end, I want to discuss with you. Well, something kind of amazing happened. I was contacted by an old friend that I haven't seen in 23 years. So I want to tell you about him, and I want to tell you what's going on. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here, and we are going to have so much fun today. I wanted to start out with makeup. It is so difficult when you are over 60 to find makeup that truly works with our ever-changing skin. And I just wanted to say this foundation, this LA Girl, not LA Colors, but LA Girl HD Illuminating Foundation, I think is the best foundation, high-end, low-end. I think it's the best foundation that you can use. And I know a lot of you are using this just like how I use it. I use like 60% this foundation, and then I mix it with another foundation that will give me a little bit more coverage on the days that I need a little bit more coverage. But when I am just, lunching with my girlfriends or, having a family get together, this foundation looks like skin. and that's why I love it. But it's better than skin because it gives me a very dewy finish and a glow. So I can't say enough wonderful things about this particular foundation. Any way you choose to use it, it's gonna work. I think you're really gonna love it. The next thing, I got a couple things in my Ipsy bag this last couple months. I opened it up and there was this Violet Voss eyeshadow palette in my Ipsy bag, and I had never heard of Violet Voss. I'm sorry. I don't get out much. And this was the Essentials 2 palette. I opened it up and I thought, oh great, look at all those wacky colors. I'm never going to use any of those colors. But then I thought, okay, well, I'll try the top row. It's kind of rose gold and brown. I might like it. Well, might like it. I fell in love with it. The tone of these shadows, they're very pigmented. They're just so creamy and buttery, and the shimmers for your lids are subtle and beautiful. You can get a very dramatic look or a very light, classy look. I don't know. I love that palette. So I wanted to say, if you ever see it, grab it and just try it, if the price, is right for you.
Is where the story begins. Where does the story end? In that big blue sky of possibilities, I suppose.
Clarins has an eye mask that I have fallen in love with. This is it. It comes in a tube. It's a very generous size. And this is to help with the puffiness below our eyes and above here. And my eyes, I have allergies very, very bad, and my eyes really swell. So this has helped me so much. You can either keep this on for 10 minutes and then wash it off and then go on and put on your makeup, or you can use this overnight. And so then you wake up and you're kind of a leg up for the whole day because the puffiness around your eyes, it's so diminished. And actually, like today, I have this underneath my makeup. I just kind of tap it on, and it doesn't interfere with my concealer. It's kind of like a white, kind of milky, creamy substance. It's not intrusive at all. And I just kind of tap it on, and I just kind of go around with it. And I love it. You can feel it working. I don't know. I've got allergies. I'm 66 years old. I show a lot of age around my eyes. But, it's products like this that, I don't know. They make me happy. I mean, this is $30. I would imagine this probably would last me a year. It's a really large tube. But I can't say enough really nice things about it. If I'm not a big fan of those, the things that you buy and you tap it on and then you have to hold your face still for 5 minutes, and then if you put anything over it like makeup, it cracks. Yeah, that's not for me. Going to the thrift store is always on my favorites list, and the last couple of months is no exception. And yesterday I scored a couple of these really cool tin wall pockets, and I love wall pockets. And you can do so many beautiful things in decorating on your wall with sculptures and art, but sometimes, a wall pocket on your wall, and you just put in maybe some dried flowers or anything that, appeals to you, makes you happy. I don't know, it just gives it a very nice, unique tone to, I think, your wall in your room. And I so regret when I did my decorating video that I didn't spend more time on wall pockets. And I wanted to show you, like, this is the kind of wall pocket. This is not your grandma's wall pocket. You know, you can put in any type of, you know, beautiful decoration, you know, into the wall pocket that suits you. But I love these black wall pockets, and they're quite large. They came from Japan in the 1920s. I don't know why America was buying these up in the 20s and the 30s, but I guess Woolworths and different drugstore chains just love to sell these. So they're kind of hard to find. Every once in a while I'll find them at the thrift store and I just get so excited. And I do see them on eBay. This particular kind is very unusual, and if I see it on eBay, I try to grab it. But not really expensive, but I think they add so much to a wall. You know, without a doubt, one of my true favorites this last month has been the company thredup. Are you familiar with that website? You go there and, you know, you punch in what you're looking for, and then there's all these high-end clothes at just bargain basement prices. Well, you know, about a year and a half ago, I was watching Angie Hot and Flashy, and you know how she does those lookbooks. And I fell madly in love with this pair of wide leg pajama pants with a stripe on the side. They were so beautiful, so classy, you know, something that you would wear with a beautiful black blazer, you know, to almost, you know, some type of high-end affair. And they were so beautiful. So I clicked on her link, and yeah, Nordstrom's, out of my price range and sold out. And I think I almost would have bitten the bullet and bought them if they had been available. But you know Nordstrom's, you know. Anyway, all right, so I am on the thredup website, and I put in the Chelsea 28 pants, and what comes up but the pants that I have loved forever, and they are $16, and here they are. They are everything that I thought they would be. The shipping, they got them to me in 3 days. These are like brand new, very silk, kind of a velvet stripe on the side. Just that very dreamy, sexy kind of olive black. And the way they drape is so beautiful. And, you know, when I lose my next 10 pounds, I think they're just going to look just so nice because they are just a tad too small. Just a tad. I can wear them now, but they're just a tad too small. I tell you, 10 more pounds and they are going to fit so pretty. And I can't wait to show you what they look like. But I couldn't believe it. So yeah, thredup. I love you. My next favorite is my bottles of flower oil, and I just wanted to show you what I collect. I have these on my dresser, and I used to have a lot of them, but when I moved, you know, they got lost by the movers along with my 100 lipsticks. But anyway, I have started to replenish what I lost, and you know, there's something about, you know, flower oils that you use, you know, on your body to lubricate your body. You know, I have very dry elbows, so the oil just makes my elbows, my knees, my feet, it's a very luxurious, wonderful way to moisturize your body. Plus, the bottles are so beautiful to look at in the spring or summer light. And also too, I use these as perfume, and I mix my rose oil with my lilac oil, and sometimes, I will use a gardenia oil. I have a little roller applicator that I keep in my purse of gardenia. So I mix them all. And to me, I just smell like a garden, but it's very soft. And there's no alcohol. I don't smell like, the Chanel No. 5 elevator. I smell very subtle, and in fact sometimes you can't really know my scent unless you move in, which is a beautiful thing, right? So I just love it. And one thing about these bottles is I like to buy the bottles, and they're all under $10, but I like to buy the bottles of oil that don't have a barcode. And if they do, I will just, steam them off, and then I'll put my own little label, like an antique label, and then I'll just write in rose or lilac or gardenia. But I just think they're so beautiful, and I'm at a party, nobody's going to smell like me. I am unique, and I think it's romantic. There you go. I think it's so romantic. Favorite that I wanted to share with you is a painting that I got at the Salvation Army 2 days ago. And the name of the painting is called Grace, and it's of a very humble older man praying over a loaf of bread. And I just wanted to say that the history of this painting is something that I think I will always carry in my heart. Just picture, it's 1918, it's a horrible winter in Minnesota. There is a peddler, Mr. Wilder, he's in his 80s, and he goes door to door selling shoe scrapers, even in the winter during the war when so many of the men are gone. There he is out in the elements selling his shoe scrapers door to door, and at his age. And every day he would go into a little corner pub, and he would have a little bowl of soup and some bread. So here's this pretty famous photographer that comes in, right? His name is Mr. Estrom. I think it was Eric Estrom. And he was entering a contest for photographers, and he saw this peddler, and he asked if he could take his photograph of him praying over his bread. And the man agreed, and so that was that. So the photographer takes the photograph, not thinking a whole lot about it, right? He takes it home, and his daughter is a painter, a great painter, and she looks at this photograph of this beautiful older man praying over his bread, and she says to her dad, "Can I paint that? Can I make a painting out of your photograph?" And he goes, "Why, sure." He doesn't think much of it, right? Well, I think her name was Rhonda Nystrom. Rhonda Nystrom painted this amazing painting from this photograph of this old, poor peddler praying and being grateful over his lunch. And it would become one of the most famous paintings in the world. And just realizing the dynamics of how this painting came to be, and how it means so much to so many people, but the meaning changes for each person who views it. How Mr. Estrom saw it when he took the picture, and he's in his 60s when he's doing this, to his daughter who's in her 20s. I mean, they're both seeing something completely different. Well, I was familiar with that painting. Like I said, I never gave it a second thought. But when I saw that painting 2 days ago, I burst into tears. I know I cry easily. But this was like it wasn't sadness. It was like everything I felt for this last year in the pandemic was encapsulated in this beautiful painting of this humble, poor man that was so lonely and so poor, and yet he still could be grateful. He still found time in a Minnesota winter to be grateful for his bread and his soup. And it meant the world to me to buy that painting. We've always heard one voice can change a room, and one room can change a country, and one country can change the world, and one picture can touch 1,000 hearts and more. Yeah. It was a very, very good day.
You know, you don't have to be a religious person to appreciate this painting of this old peddler. But after everything that we have been through this past year, the loneliness and the isolation, don't we see a little bit of ourselves in this old man's face? Hey Desi, how you doing today? Do you have a new bow tie on? Is that your bee bow tie? Boy, you look awful handsome in that bow tie. Let me see. Oh, that's nice. Let me see. Oh, that's a nice bow tie. Do you like it? Did you like our new handyman today? I don't think so.
I am so excited for this Sunday to hurry up and come. I am going to meet a friend, a close friend that I have not seen in 23 years, and his name is Hal. I met him when I was 23 years old. He was best friends with my husband, Eddie, and Hal and I just, we clicked, and he's just a great guy, and my family loves him. And anyway, what Hal has for me are slides that Ed took of our life together for 15 years. And I could never get my hands on those slides. Every year, Ed would give me just like 20 of them, right? On a CD, and Merry Christmas, right? Well, anyway, when Eddie passed, Hal somehow got a hold of them. So I was so happy when he called me. And, and I did say, Hal, how did you find me? And he said, well, I've been watching a lot of little poet videos. I thought, oh, that is so adorable. So he's all caught up, I think, probably with my life, but I want to hear about his. So I'm so excited. So I hope maybe he'll let me share a little bit of, what the slides look like, or, just how happy I am to see him. There's nothing more beautiful than an old friend that just drops out of the sky to say hello. I've been so happy all week. So, yeah, I had to share my happiness with you.
You go along and you think you have everything figured out, and then one day you wake up and boom, your life's blown up. And sometimes that's a good thing. You can know somebody your whole life, but never really know them. People change.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. I loved every second of it. And if you get time below, could you share with us if you ever got a call from somebody from your past, an old friend, and just let me know how you felt. But thank you so much for being here today, and please have yourself a wonderful, safe, calm new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. We'll be here.
When I was a young girl, I fell madly in love with George Harrison. I guess I was about 9 years old, and I knew even then men could be trouble, and I was right.